This mesquite tree has got a serious problem. Mistletoe. This parasite can steal water and nutrients directly from the tree. And if it gets real bad, it can absolutely stress and weaken mesquite trees over time. So most people just cut it down. It breaks off real easy with just a pull. They burn it, haul it away, or take it to a landfill. But in the desert, that might actually be throwing away fertility. Because what if this parasite secretly helps build soil? Hey, I'm Josh with Desert Gardens Homestead. Welcome back. Today, I'm talking about one of the strangest hidden resources in the desert, mistletoe. And no, I'm not talking about that Christmas version where people stand under it pretending to like each other. I'm talking about this weird parasitic plant growing all over mesquite trees. And honestly, most people just see it as a problem or another chore to do. And just to be clear, I am not saying let mistletoe completely take over your mesquite trees. If infestation becomes severe, removal's often a smart move. But here's the part that nobody talks about. What do you do with all this biomass afterwards? Because in desert systems, organic matter is incredibly valuable. And that completely changed the way that I view this plant. Nobody taught me this. I just learned it from years of observation and experience. Isn't that what permaculture and natural farming teaches? That the thing you're fighting might actually be the resource that you need most? Because nature rarely creates anything that's useless. And later in this video, I'm going to show you how to take this so-called parasite and turn it into mulch, compost, fungal food, and even fertilizer. So yes, desert mistletoe is a parasite. It taps directly into host trees like mesquite and pulls out water and nutrients from them. And at first glance, that sounds horrible. But here's the weird part. Mesquites are desert survivors. They send their roots insanely deep underground and pull up minerals, water, and nutrients that other plants can't even reach. And so this parasite is actually condensing or concentrating some of those nutrients into biomass. So this is almost acting like a dynamic accumulator, just parasitically. So I stopped seeing trash and I started seeing fertility. One of the biggest breakthroughs that I had in gardening was realizing that fertility is not always bought. People spend hundreds of dollars importing mulch into their desert systems. Been there, done that. All the while, pruning out free biomass from their trees and throwing it away. That's crazy. One of the foundational ideas in permaculture is that nature rarely creates useless systems. Weeds become mulch, leaves become compost, manure becomes fertility, and now parasites become soil. That shifted my entire perspective. And in the desert, biomass is more important than fertilizer. Because the desert doesn't lack fertility, it lacks people who recognize it. Hey, you need any biomass? Premium desert parasite. Freshly cut mesquite mistletoe. Locally sourced. No chemicals. Pure organic goblin mulch. In humid climates, organic matter builds naturally much faster. But in the desert, it's brutal. The sun scorches the soil. Moisture, it disappears. Microbial life, it struggles. That's why biomass is basically gold in the desert. Mulch cools the soil. It feeds the microbes. It protects fungal life. It slows down evaporation and also slows erosion. And over time, it literally creates soil. So instead of seeing this as a useless resource, I see carbon. I see biology. I see moisture retention, as well as future fertility. But this next part literally changed how I see desert systems. The biggest way I currently use mistletoe is as mulch. And honestly, it works really well. I can cut huge amounts quickly, wheelbarrow it around to the property, and feed those nutrients back to the soil. I'm also experimenting composting it. Diversity is key. The more biologically diverse your compost is, the more biologically diverse it can become and nutrient rich. And fungi absolutely loves woody organic material. In natural systems, fungi helps break down carbon, cycles nutrients, and helps build living soil. So when you use material like this, you're helping support your local fungal network. Now here's where things really get poetic. This parasite spent years stealing carbon and nutrients from my desert trees. And now, it's feeding the soil around my fruit trees where I need it the most. That's insane. This so-called problem has turned into a solution. Nature provided me a solution within a problem. I just had to be wise enough to see it. I have experimented with feeding small amounts of desert mistletoe to my livestock. But honestly, I find it far more valuable as a decomposing biomass. Mulch, compost, carbon, fungal food, and in desert systems, that's far more valuable anyways. The desert taught me a lesson. Sometimes the things that we fight the hardest turn out to be the most valuable. And nature rarely wastes energy creating useless things. And maybe regenerative gardening's not about controlling nature. Maybe it's learning to recognize value where everybody else only sees problems. And next time you see something unwanted in your landscape, ask yourself, is this truly waste? Or is it a resource you simply haven't understood yet? And if you gained value from the video today, subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button. Share the video. And drop a comment down below. Let me know a resource that other people throw away that you've learned to use in your garden. So until next time, green thumbs, God bless, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, everybody.